TBT rolls on as we have reached the semifinals. After a thrilling Game 3 victory on Wednesday night over their arch rivals from Louisville, the Kentucky alums welcome in Boeheim's Army from Syracuse in a single elimination game to move on to the Alumni Finals and one step closer to the $2 million prize. It's TBT, starting now on Fox. This is Lexington, Kentucky, horse country, but the thoroughbreds today will be on the hardwood as we welcome you to Fox Sports continuing coverage of TBT 2026 from historic Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Kentucky. The Syracuse alums Boeheim's Army against the Kentucky alumni team named La Familia. We've reached the elimination stage of the alumni bracket. After these clubs won best-of-3 series, now you lose and you're out. Kentucky plays Syracuse in moments. Tomorrow night on FS1 at 9 Eastern Time, Wichita State against Kansas. The winners of those two series will move on to play in the alumni final at midweek. A very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Kentucky. Bob Rathman, Mike Bray, great to have you with us tonight, as this is a very special matchup in TBT. Two clubs that know each other very well. First of all, for Kentucky, this is a team that beat Louisville in a best-of-3, but they needed a lift, Mike. They had to get over that hump in Game 3, and they got it from Archie Goodwin.
Archie Goodwin shows up just in the nick of time, and he had a really tough first quarter and probably first half. But in the second half, the two-man game with Willie Cauley-Stein and Archie was fabulous. Archie also defends. Two big defensive plays in the fourth quarter, but then he's able to create, and he got it going down the stretch, and they go two-man game, ball screen for the dagger and the winner.
Boeheim's Army swept the Seton Hall alums Hall in, and the Boeheim brothers are ready to go today in Lexington.
Well, I certainly experienced this guy making a lot of threes against Notre Dame in my years, and the range is really deep. Actually, this college three-point line is almost like a layup for Buddy Boeheim, but certainly he's been able to add to his game and put it on the floor a little bit. But the three-point shooting, Jimmy also ability to shoot the ball, but also gets to the basket and rebounds. Two guys that really know how to play the game.
That's our matchup, starting lineups, and the opening tip from Lexington, Kentucky. La Familia and Boeheim's Army coming up next on Fox.
Six card from Kentucky, number 5, Andrew Harrison. A 6-1 guard from Kentucky, number 10, Archie. And a 7-foot center from Kentucky, number 2. Familia is
Back in Lexington, let's welcome in the third member of our team. We send it over to Jen Hale.
Bob, it should be an epic showdown this afternoon between two powerhouse programs. Now, the Syracuse alums do come in today a bit thin. Tough luck for them. Eric Devendorf, one of TBT's all-time leading scorers, sidelined with a left knee injury, but he is still here, and he's going to be helping coach up his squad, hopefully, to a victory. Now, Buddy Boeheim, y'all, we're talking about him and his three-point prowess. He did tweak his ankle in practice. I talked to him a few moments ago, though. He said he's ready to go, no restrictions. Same designation on the other side for Kentucky's Willie Cauley-Stein. He's been nursing a right foot injury, but he tells me he's found another gear now, especially with the return of Archie Goodwin. They have such great chemistry, guys, especially in that pick and roll action. It'll be on full display here in just a few moments.
Jen, thank you very much. One guy to keep an eye on for Boeheim's Army is Ty Nichols. Last year, he played for We Are D3 against Syracuse and single-handedly knocked Boeheim's Army out of the tournament with 36. If you can beat them, you can join them. And for the Kentucky alumni, you look at that lineup, Cauley-Stein and Goodwin, Andrew Harrison, a solid club. They're playing at home. Mike, Boeheim's Army is shorthanded in terms of just the numbers of personnel available today. What do they have to do to have a chance here?
Of course, having 7 guys for a Syracuse team is depth under Jim Boeheim. So they've all been used to playing the whole game in their days as undergrads. Kentucky's depth and athletic ability could take its toll. So it'll be interesting to watch as Syracuse starts man-to-man, which that may be against the rules for Syracuse guys, right? Don't they have to play zone to start it?
And they end up with the basketball. Harrison from the corner drains a three. And Buddy Boeheim is down on the floor being helped up. And Jen just mentioned that his ankle is hurting, and I think Buddy may be coming off the floor.
That's just bad luck because we saw last night in their practice him tweak it, and then he gets run into on the first play of the game. He's had no luck with this ankle. I hope they can get him going. They're going to need him.
So down to 6 available for the moment. And this is Tyson Walker, who finished his college career in a big way with Tom Izzo at Michigan State.
Really good college point guard, Tyson. Started at Northeastern, a New York City point guard.
Elijah Hughes knocked it up at 3 apiece. This is a big key for Boeheim's Army, their ability to take and make threes.
They're going to have to make threes, and they've left Harrison open again.
Not only does he bury the 3, he gets fouled by Ty Nichols.
They're having a little problem with matchups because Harrison's had 2 really clean looks.
And you see, after the shot was released, Ty Nichols running into the feet of Harrison to commit the foul and a 4-point play opportunity. Well, good news, Buddy Boeheim is up off the bench and back in the game.
I think he got kneed in the knee, so the ankle was a little bit protected, but you know, his father, if was coaching, he never would have done a shoot-around last night. You know, Jim Boeheim never did shoot-arounds, and so they're in here messing around, and darn if he doesn't tweak his ankle.
Harrison knocking down the free throw to make it 7-3. Swider, terrific in game 1 against Seton Hall, buries the mid-ranger.
You know, he's improved too, putting it on the floor. Was always kind of a shooter as a young player, but now has the ability to put it on the floor.
Swider had 28. Cats hot early. 3-pointer by Darryl Morcell.
Both teams making shots early. We had not seen that much in the Louisville, Kentucky series, but both teams lining it up and shooting it with a free mind.
The lob is broken up by Cauley-Stein. Maynard Bell. Hughes the rebound. Catch and shoot for Buddy. Maynard Bell outlets quickly. 2-on-2 the other way for La Familia. Harrison. And that's going to be an offensive foul.
Great call. And way to get back and step in and take it. I think I mentioned this in game 1. It's funny how guys take charges when $2 million is on the line.
That's Elijah Hughes taking the punishment.
Way to step in and get back and transition defense when you can rotate back and take a charge. Heck of a way to stop a break.
Swider has not only scored the ball, but he's also the leading rebounder in TBT so far this season. 10-5 Kentucky.
Kentucky switching everything to make sure they guard the three-point arc.
Walker into the paint. Rejected by Cauley-Stein. Number 2 all-time at Kentucky. Shows that great shot blocking form once again. Goodwin for 3.
How good was that offense? Archie makes a nice, easy play. He gets it back. Transition stuff early for Kentucky.
La Familia rolling early. And a timeout for Boeheim's Army. Willie Cauley-Stein with the rejection. And Kentucky off to the races early. to 5 Kentucky. Defense to offense.
Defense to offense, and Willie Cauley-Stein has been so active. And I tip my cap to the Kentucky team doctor because he got him healthy. He was in a boot early in this tournament, but just game-changing stuff when he blocks a shot and they get out in transition.
In Kentucky history, only Jamal McGlure has more block shots than Willie Cauley-Stein. 13-5. Walker challenges, loses again.
Kentucky's ball pressure on the perimeter, switching everything, and even Cauley-Stein is switching on guards because he can move his feet, and you got to deal with his length around the bucket.
Shot clock at 10. Hughes with a deep 3. Rebound Morcell. La Familia looking good early. Quick pass underneath. Turnover. Hughes plays it ahead. Swider. Morcell, he's played great in TBT. Goodwin needs a little help. Tried to hit the roller, but that ball was kicked. It remains 13-5 and 20 on the shot clock.
Kentucky's transition early is really taking its toll on Syracuse.
Chris Coffey checks in. Cauley-Stein to the bench. Chris Coffey, a TBT vet, playing in his 6th straight tournament.
He's been such an energy guy for them, Bob.
Also coming in, Khalil Whitney. And this depth factor in favor of La Familia will have a cumulative effect as the afternoon goes on.
No question. They keep coming with fresh bodies, and they can run and defend.
Whitney misses the corner 3. Big premium, as we mentioned, on Boeheim's Army that make these three-pointers like here for Swider.
They're going to have to shoot it really well. Goodwin. Side saddle jump shot. And we got a rebounding foul on Khalil Whitney. Goodwin's size and length as a guard makes him so difficult to guard because he gets up over the top of you.
Well, you dubbed this La Familia team Team 6'5".
Here comes another one. I mean, the 6'5" crew, they just keep subbing 6'5" guys with fresh legs. And it's such an advantage against an undermanned Syracuse team.
Ty Nichols handles it out front. High screen from Koa. Nichols off the bounce. McNeil in to get it. Boeheim's Army just 1 of 3 from deep. McNeil was great here in game 1 against Louisville. Haven't heard much from him since. On the handoff.
What a great pass by Archie, and Daryl Morsell has been involved with every winning play in this tournament for Kentucky.
La Familia takes a 10-point lead. 4 minutes left in the opening quarter. Ty Nichols.
Again, the switch. Really got Syracuse pushed out.
Short clock for Nichols. Walker. Loose ball picked up by Morsell, and it drops.
You talk about, you hear the phrase nose for the ball. Daryl Morsell just has a nose for the ball. He just finds it.
10 straight Kentucky points. Knocked away. Good defense on the backside by Goodwin. Here's McNeil. Swider, the defender. 10 on the shot clock here for Archie Goodwin. Drives it, slithers in, kept it alive. Rebound Syracuse. Nichols cross court to Walker. Well, the one thing about La Familia, Mike, and you pointed this out, they defend. Swider.
They're just able to switch everything on the perimeter, and they've got athletic ability. They're taking away three-point looks.
Hughes comes up with a big corner 3.
Hughes is the only one who's had 2 pretty clean looks, and he's made them. But when you substitute fresh guys with length, they're able to really stay up and guard the arc.
Boeheim's Army scored over 80 points in each of its first 2 wins against the Seton Hall alums. Crashing and out of bounds. Last touched by Boeheim's Army. It has been all La Familia in the opening quarter here. Check out Daryl Morsell going up top where Mama keeps a cookie jar.
Slider for 3, it's good! Boeheim. Boeheim for 3 advances.
(17-8) Kentucky with 2:02 to go in this first quarter. Mike Bray, the 3-point shooting for La Familia has been on point
They got out of the gate early, and a loose ball, and Harrison lines up a clean one. Great pass by Archie. The roller draws the defense, and Daryl Morcell sticks it. How about this little playing together, making the extra pass? Archie gets a clean look, and so their ball movement, their transition, their energy has been just above the Syracuse group at this point.
Let's check in with Jen Hale.
Well, guys, in direct contrast to what Coach was just talking about on the La Familia bench, Syracuse upset with their ball movement, except with their energy level. Usually, their playmaking, their scoring is their hallmark. So right now, they are focusing on swinging that ball side to side. Good things happen when it moves. Bad things happen when it sticks and you let La Familia get comfortable. We'll see if the adjustments can be helpful, guys.
You're looking at the head coach of Boeheim's Army, Thomas Bridges, a Georgia Tech grad, got his break in the video room with the 76ers and has been in the G League. Former head manager down with the Jackets basketball program, and here he is coaching on Fox in TBT.
And we saw him run their practice and kind of walk through last night. Very impressive young coach. Confident, had an organized plan as they went through some sets and some out of bounds. And speaking of out of bounds, how about that out of bounds execution under where Goodwin gets a really clean look?
The foul was on Hughes. Goodwin missed the first 2 games for La Familia against the Louisville alums, but he played well here on Wednesday night and back for the duration in TBT.
Watch them switch on the perimeter, and they've got length and athletic ability all over you.
Buddy Boeheim and McNeil the foul.
And that's really what Syracuse is going to have to do. They're so up in and on their shooters. You're going to have to drive it and try and maybe get some fouls and loosen this thing up a little bit.
Buddy Boeheim to the line. In the G League with Oklahoma City. Got some time in the NBA with the Thunder, and he's headed back there this fall.
Some guys have a beautiful shooting stroke, and this is one of them. And if you're a young player, you watch his shooting form. That's a lot of reps in a gym starting at a young age.
17-9. McNeil comes to get it. Now Goodwin, a deep 3, nothing but net. A 5th three-pointer in the first quarter for La Familia.
Such calmness about Archie. He lets the game come to himself.
And a nice blow by from Ty Nichols.
Got to keep looking to drive. They are switching and up on the perimeter. Keep looking to drive it a little bit.
20-11. Sidestep 3, McNeil. Nichols is and Hughes, the 2 guys from the perimeter. That one knocked out of there. Keep in mind, in TBT, once that ball hits the rim from the field, you can go get it.
The old FIBA rules, right?
Yes.
You can get up and swat it away, which is interesting. But just really good look by Archie, and then being able to drive it because everyone's hugging shooters. There are driving areas.
Jimmy Boeheim gets into the ball game now. Boeheim's Army, the drive and the left-hander by Nichols.
That's a big-time scoring play there, and we know he can score it. But again, the floor is open because they've really matched up on shooters. Look at the spacing when he gets in there. No one's helping off shooters, which is the right scouting report, because if they start making a couple threes, Syracuse, it's a whole different evening.
Ty Nichols was a D3 sensation at Keene State up in New Hampshire. This is his 5th TBT. The last 3 he played for We Are D3. And Ty Nichols has been an amazing scorer. He was in college. He played more than 2 in college. But since he's gone pro, he's more at the point. But Ty Nichols knows how to score, and they need him desperately today.
He is going to have to put his head down and go, and he's got the ability to do it.
Maynard Bell. Rebound Elijah Hughes. Now, Mike, the game has slowed down. That's definitely in Boeheim Army's favor.
Really helps a little bit. They've got this thing under control right now. You're only down 6, and you've been able to drive it a little bit here and draw some fouls and at least get in there. I like they got a better rhythm to themselves right now.
Jimmy Boeheim with the miss at the buzzer as we come to the end of the opening quarter. The winner advances. Single elimination part of TBT now for these alumni teams. And at the end of one, it's Kentucky 20 and the Syracuse Alumni 14. TBT fans, show your pride and support of your favorite team with official merchandise. Shop now at thetournament.com and represent your team all tournament long. Bob Rathman, Mike Bray, Jen Hale, and our great crew back with you. A reminder, the other alumni semifinal takes place tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time over on FS1. The Kansas alums, Jayhawks, taking on the Aftershocks from Wichita State. Koch Arena will be the venue. 20-14. As Boeheim's Army has it to start this second period. Boeheim's Army shot 31% in the first quarter on 5 of 16. The Kentucky alums 7 for 14 and hit 5 threes.
The tempo has really benefited Syracuse, slowing down a little bit, and now they're looking for driving areas. Willie Cauley-Stein switches.
Ty Nichols connects.
And a scoring guards with a little step-back jump shot.
As a senior in college, Ty Nichols averaged 27 a game at D3 Keene State.
When you think about him and Chris Coffey.
Cauley-Stein.
Great execution of screen and roll.
22-17, and we've got an illegal screen on Jimmy Boeheim as he clipped Harrison on the way by.
Now right there, back home in Syracuse, New York, Jim Boeheim just threw his pitching wedge at the TV on that call on Jimmy. There's no question. I can picture it. I can see it now.
And he'll move to one of the other 17 TVs in the house
Yes, he
to
will.
watch the rest of the game.
Yes, he will.
Has a man in this game ever watched more basketball on TV than Jim Boeheim?
No, he was amazing how he knew every player. He ran like the USA basketball program, and he knew everybody. He knew mid-major guys, and quite a wealth of knowledge.
22-17. Morcell stripped. And a foul.
And we've talked about Daryl Morcell and that strength when he can square those shoulders up and get a driving area. Just a really strong drive there, and gets to the foul line.
Daryl Morcell stepping up to the foul line. Speaking of Jim Boeheim, we went back into the archives. You won't believe this one. December the 12th, 1964. This was the scene in this building, Memorial Coliseum. Syracuse came to play Kentucky. And look who's on the floor, none other than Jim Boeheim, number 35, on the floor. And 62 years later, his sons play in Memorial Coliseum.
That is really a cool story. That picture, it looked like he was playing man-to-man and not a zone, right?
Jen's got more. Jen?
Yeah, Mike, Bob, this is such a great connection, and it goes way beyond just that one game. Jim Boeheim's wife is actually from here in Lexington, went to UK, so their sons have grown up coming back here often. They know the terrain very well, and it's special to get to be back here playing with their old teammates, but playing against a city that's meant so much to their family throughout the years.
Offensive foul on Harrison.
Great ball pressure, good call. He pushed off with that left hand. Syracuse's defense have really picked up a little bit here too, and they've got the tempo under control. You down 5, you weathered that early storm of transition and energy, and you got a nice tempo going right now and rhythm to the game.
Buddy lets it go and connects.
Got to switch that quicker.
24-22, the Syracuse alums back in the ball game.
A little screen and slip to space.
After some early momentum, La Familia struggling just a bit in the half-court game.
They've struggled to kind of get anything clean. Just really good action here. Kind of peels out, quick ball screen and peels out. And if you don't switch it quick and you give him a little window, boy, he gets it off fast.
KYP, know your personnel.
Yes.
You cannot leave Buddy Boeheim out there.
Cannot.
Harrison jammed up by Cole Swider. Short clock. Harrison drives, gives. Goodwin lays it up and in.
Great cut by Archie Goodwin off the drive. Feel for the game.
Buddy couldn't control the high pass.
Ball pressure. Changes it.
Goodwin. Little show and go. And a foul. Well, these are pros that just know how to play the game right here.
Really great feel for the game. People are looking on the drive. Your guys helping a little bit, and you cut hard off of it. Just good timing by Archie Goodwin on that cut.
The Goodwin goes to the line, following up his huge game here Wednesday night that clinched the Ville series.
He's one of those guys, Bob, the game comes easy to him. He's a veteran guy. He's got a nice tempo. He doesn't get sped up. And then on the other end of the floor, as we saw the other night, he guards for you, too.
He and Willie Cauley-Stein, of course, were Kentucky teammates for 1 year in 2012, 2013. That was a tough year here in Lexington. Went to the NIT that season, tried desperately a late charge to get in the NCAA tournament, but failed. Assistant coach Mark Fox is here watching the game today, and Mark says, no problem here, just win every game.
Yeah, it's a whole nother, and he said they're in like an 8-week summer school practice session, but with, you know, your roster changing over and 10 new guys, you got to do it.
Good one again. Boy, he is just what they needed. When he came back, this is a different offense for La Familia. Completely
different. He gives you a little bit of a bump, and you can't really recover to him because of his length. He shoots over the top of you.
Nichols. He is a bucket getter.
Keep driving the ball. Keep driving the ball.
Maynard Bell. Swider has it taken away and out of bounds. He on takeoff. Maynard Bell was standing on the sideline, so the ball goes back to Boeheim's Army.
Now that was a Maynard Bell knowing his personnel, because he closed out. Watch him close to the shooter. He knows he's got a shooter. He's right up in him. He's active.
Shot clock at 23, and James Maynard Bell had his moments against the Syracuse team in college. Back at Villanova.
That's the old Big East. We were talking to him last night about the old Big East.
Loose ball to La Familia. Boy, you guys had some battles back in the day.
You know, that was the real Big East, too, I got to say. I mean, it was amazing who you had to try and cut through to make the NCAA tournament in that league.
In and out from McNeil. Great rebound secured by La Familia. As Chris Coffey, that energy guy you talked about, Mike, coming through to crash and give La Familia an extra possession. 31-24. Shot clock at 7, and a foul on Tyson Walker.
There's that size with Archie backing down a smaller guard.
Second foul on Walker. And Archie Goodwin going back to the foul line for La Familia. He's already 2 for 4 at the stripe today.
He was telling us he's got to leave for overseas pretty quick. And what's great about this tournament for these Euro guys, these guys that are playing, you know, it's kind of a training camp before their training camp in mid-August.
Archie played in Taiwan last season, only 2 months back in the States to be with his family. And then he leaves, as you mentioned, for Korea to begin his overseas professional career continuing. 32-24. And we have a timeout with 4:47 to play before halftime. Goodwin on the line when we continue. Saturday night is baseball night in America, and this week 2 iconic clubs shine under the lights in prime time. Ben Rice and the Yankees face Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs. That's Saturday, 7 Eastern on Fox. 32-24, the Kentucky Alumni with the lead here. They've had 2 sizable spurts in this game. They did it really with the 3-point shot, Mike, to get the big 10-point lead early, and now good ball movement is getting them some great looks.
Really is, and Kentucky's transition early was a big factor. Syracuse has this thing a little bit more of their liking tempo-wise. We need to get KO on the offensive board like that.
Comes up with the
go get offensive rebounds like that as well.
Comes up with the defensive rebound. KO, Nakabundo, and he threw it. And a turnover here, and taken right back by Nichols alone. KO with the jam. He has made now a grand total of 15 consecutive field goals in TBT.
He knows who he is. He screens, he rolls, he defends, he rebounds. The game is simple.
Offensive foul on Morcell. Well, these guards, Nichols and Walker, as tough as they come.
Really, they sit down in a stance, and that's a big one. He had 2 tough fouls to put his body in front right there. Key move.
32-26. Nichols, another. All right, this is the same Ty Nichols we saw last year get 36 against Boeheim's Army in Syracuse.
Total green light and go ahead and get 30 again.
We've got a foul coming on La Familia. Paulie Stein guilty of the illegal screen. We have a timeout with 3:42 to play. Ty Nichols getting it going for Boeheim's Army. He's the second leading scorer in TBT this year. La Familia's Archie Goodwin.
Great early offense right there. Never's rushed. Really calm feet. What a cut off of a drive. Feel for the game. Tempo again. Now he's got his size over the top of you and length. It's hard to get up to bother that jump shot with his length. But, you know, older players, veteran players, they know how to pace themselves and their tempo. Young players play too fast. We got a bunch of guys that just don't ever rush. They just know how to play, and they don't play too fast.
Only Gabe York has averaged more points per game in TBT this year than Archie Goodwin. Gabe's averaging 23 a game for Davis Steele. And they're playing in the non-alumni bracket in Vegas. There was a whistle.
They want that goaltend call.
They want the goaltend.
They may get that call. I think there was a hand on that ball up there.
Here it is. Nichols put it on the glass.
Well, it's
and Paulie Stein hit the rim first.
Basket interference, right? He got his hand up in the rim, and
so now Ty Nichols will be shooting to tie the game.
Ty Nichols has given them just great life, and he's got driving areas because they're so aware of hugging shooters on the perimeter.
And folks, he's got 18 in the first half.
He's going for 40.
Harrison Goodwin last to touch, and Boeheim's Army can take the lead.
Really good defensive possession right there. Did you hear KO talking back there on the, his voice was so good on all the ball screens. Kentucky picking up, just trying to kind of get the tempo going again.
And the crowd. One thing we've come to know and love about TBT over the years, expect the unexpected. Boeheim's Army has 7 players in uniform. And this guy, Ty Nichols, hasn't been stopped. Fake and fire for Swider. And it's hand-to-hand combat underneath. A bump and a bucket for Coffee.
There's what they need to get back to. Defending, rebounding, and outletting, and running.
Whitney with that last basket, 34-32. KO lost the handle. Look out, Buddy Boeheim at mid-floor. That's poked away. Swider has it and connects out of 3. And Boeheim's Army has its first lead at 35-34.
Broken play, open three-point shot.
Harrison. Shots not coming as easily right now for La Familia. Pulling on the run, Nichols.
Got a great clean look there in transition. Syracuse's defense has really picked up. They're able to guard them in the half court pretty well.
Goodwin backs up, connects. But Goodwin and Nichols having a shootout. Archie now has 17.
Goodwin may be the only guy that can get something in the half court for Kentucky.
Boeheim before the travel and a foul called on La Familia.
I think that's the right call. They were grabbing and holding on the drive right there, even though the fan base disagrees. He has that left hand around him on the drive.
La Familia with 5 team fouls.
You know, the one thing that helps Syracuse with only 7 guys, 9-minute quarters. I mean, this is a shorter game, and they're media timeouts. So, you know, that can really help them.
Elijah Hughes will come back in a moment for Boeheim's Army. Second shot for Buddy is good. He splits the pair, 37-36. 1:16 to go before halftime.
You know, when you're a coach and you only have 7 guys, no one's pissed off at you about playing time. They all just get to play.
37-36. Cauley Stein off the hand and out of bounds. It's amazing how momentum can shift in this game.
It's fragile, isn't it? It's such a fragile game how it can flip back and forth. Syracuse absolutely on their heels the first 4 minutes. And now they got the thing under control in the half court. They're driving the ball, kicking it out, opportunistic three-point looks.
It took La Familia less than 6 minutes in the first quarter to gain a 12-point lead. But Boeheim's Army has really weathered the storm. Nichols, nothing doing. Loose ball off Koa, out of bounds.
An example of Archie Goodwin defense again. His length and his foot speed, he can just hang around as you have him semi-beat, and it's a tough pass to make.
La Familia takes a timeout. Well, Mike Bray, you had plenty of battles against the Syracuse Orange over the years, and one certainly comes to mind back in South Bend, Indiana, when the Cuse rolled in at #1 in the country. And the Irish prevail. There's Mike sitting on the bench right between the legs.
There it is. I still had the mock turtleneck working.
I know. Very stylish.
And the old court storm, that was a great win for us. Certainly, Syracuse put it on us a good number of times. But anytime your program could beat the Syracuse program, an established program, it was good and it was credibility. I think our defensive line, the Notre Dame defensive line, led the charge out on the court that night. So certainly a great memory, and I think I missed curfew that night. Absolutely.
Well, the other thing too, Mike, about it, and led by Digger Phelps in previous years, that marked the 6th straight home win for the Irish against a #1 team, an NCAA record.
Well, there's no question that Digger had his run against #1s. There's no question, and we were fortunate enough to get that one. And the biggest thing was it was a resume win for your NCAA tournament resume.
Yes,
that's
sir.
how you were learned. That's how you were trained to think back then.
37-36. Final seconds. Goodwin in against Nichols. Block. Collie Stein. No. 17 seconds left. Lay in. Good.
Goodwin breaks the defense down and offensive rebounding.
Here's Coffey. Did a terrific job. Here's Swider with 3, 2. Swider from the K. No good. And that is going to be the half. And Swider complaining he got fouled. No call. It's halftime.
Nah, come on now, Cole. Come on. Willie Cauley-Stein challenged that very clean. I do not think that was a foul. Pretty good defense. He kicks out a little bit, which these shooters have gotten good at kind of kicking out to try and draw. Now, the NBA has really penalized that, as we know. But what a half. And, for Syracuse to get this thing back under control after taking a punch early, we're going to have a heck of a game here. Can't wait for Elam.
Coach John Hood of La Familia standing by with Jan.
Thanks, Bob. Coach, I know you're just reviewing the stats now. You started so hot this afternoon. What happened in the second quarter that allowed Syracuse to get back in this one?
8 turnovers. I mean, that's 8 turnovers and just no offensive or giving up offensive rebounds. That's the game. That's why the game's so close. We shot the cover off the ball to start, and now it's 3-point ball game because we have 8 turnovers. They have 3-0 boards, and I guarantee that their second chance points, they probably got 6, maybe 7 of them off that.
Defensively, what adjustments can you make on Ty Nichols in the second half?
It's just guarding our yard. We're gonna stick to our principles, what we've done to get us here, and but it guards your yard, and he's a good player, without a doubt. But we've got to make it harder on him.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ty Nichols had 18 in that first half on 7 of 9 shooting. Meanwhile, Archie Goodwin, 17 for La Familia on 5 of 8 and a perfect 4 for 4 on 3s. Halftime in Lexington. The Kentucky Alumni 39, the Syracuse Alumni 36. More on Fox. TBT 2026 rolls on. We are back in Lexington. 39-36 is our halftime score. Some of the sights and scenes from Lane's End Farm and Taylor Made kind enough to let us come by and shoot these great pictures. If you're ever in this great state, the beauty of the horses and the countryside is breathtaking. We'll continue with more of our coverage of TBT on Fox right after this. Kentucky fans wearing the blue today to support the La Familia alumni team. 39-36 leaders over Syracuse at halftime. In the first round, those were best of 3 series. But now as we get to the semifinals, it's single elimination. So the winner moves on, the loser is out. And the other semifinal game in the alumni bracket matches Wichita State against Kansas. That's tomorrow night at 9 Eastern time on FS1. When we come back, we'll talk about the 2 leading scorers so far in the first half. Ty Nichols for Boeheim's Army, Archie Goodwin for La Familia after this. Welcome back to Lexington. A 3-point lead for the Kentucky Alumni as we go to the third quarter. Bob Rathman, Mike Bray with you. Archie Goodwin's from Little Rock, Arkansas. He was a McDonald's All-American, heralded player coming in one season here at Kentucky and led the Cats in scoring as a freshman. Mike, at age 31, he's returned to Lexington to support La Familia, and in a game and a half has played outstanding basketball.
Well, he makes them go. Since him showing up, they just change offensively when he has the ball. And here he is playing without the ball with a really well-timed cut off of a drive. Step back jump shot, length over the top. I'm really interested. There it is, the two-man game with Cauley Stein and him, and they may go back to that a lot.
And for Boeheim's Army, scoring machine out of D3, Ty Nichols.
We talked about this step-back jump shot. They're so aware of guarding the three-point shooters. It's opened up driving areas for Ty Nichols, and he is rolling.
A look at the first half stats. The turnovers are even, but Syracuse has made more of the ones that they've forced so far. Kentucky was all over it. 5 threes in the first quarter, but only 2 cents. Mike Bray, if you were coaching both teams, what would you tell them right now?
Well, Syracuse has got to feel good about the game right now. I mean, they were getting punched early. They got the tempo under control. They tied it. They're down 3, and you kind of got the rhythm of the game in your favor. So for them, they've got to be feeling good. Can Kentucky get their defensive pressure and defensive rebounding up and run again?
La Familia possession to start period 3. Daryl Morcell on the left to Cauley Stein. Set play, run beautifully.
Great execution to start the second half by Kentucky alums.
41-36. Tyson Walker. Catch and shoot, Boeheim, but he's missed. Tapped out by Swider into the hands of Walker. He's short with it. La Familia takes this offensive rebound, defensive rebound. Coffey hands it over, and an offensive foul on Coffey.
You know, that call comes up in the NBA all the time. The dribble handoff guy, if he drifts a little bit, you know, all of a sudden. But here's that execution start to have. Willie Cauley Stein, and what a pass by Daryl Morcell, who really has made some key plays for Kentucky.
We showed you Ty Nichols. He'll come off the bench in this second half. But he gave the Syracuse alums a huge lift to get him back in this game. 5-point affair. Buddy down the lane. Boy, no call. A lot of contact, out of bounds to Boeheim's Army.
Well, there's an example of great ball pressure on a shooter, and Buddy's able to put it on the floor. It's an area where he's really improved. Maybe you call that, but not in TBT. We're going to let him play a little bit.
That's right. Swider, plenty of clock. Inside to Koa. And that pressure by Cauley Stein. He's changed 2 games in a row. The last game against the Villain today with that defensive pressure. Goodwin. Offensive foul.
Really an art form, the way Willie Cauley Stein rotates over and changes stuff. Big time defensive rotation here.
There's Elijah Hughes taking his second charge of the game.
Great call, great rotation, because Goodwin had a clean lane to the bucket right there. But we're talking about Cauley Stein. His knack for blocking stuff. I've never seen a guy block lob passes. He switches on the guard, and he's deflected 2 lob passes. It's just an art and a feel for the game.
And just to remind everybody, he was the National Defensive Player of the Year when he played for the Cats.
That explains it.
41-36. Boeheim. That 3 hits him within 2.
That's twice they've gotten that little ball screen peel real quick, and they haven't been Kentucky haven't been able to stay with the switch.
Underneath Coffee. Doubled. Gets rid of it. Corner three is an air ball. Elijah Hughes. And a hip check, body check by James Maynard Bell.
Really good defensive possession last time by Syracuse alums.
And that is 3 team fouls on La Familia in the first 2.5 minutes.
You know, Syracuse can get to the bonus and get points from the foul line. Everything's a little bit of gravy.
Boeheim blocked. Cauley Stein gets another. Goodwin.
How about Willie's recovery to make that block? Where did he come from? We got to see that. He's just everywhere back there on that back line.
These teams playing for a $2 million winner-take-all prize next Sunday here on Fox. And Elijah Hughes puts Boeheim's Army on top by 1.
He has made some big ones, and he takes charges. He's just really let the game come to him.
Morcell. Kentucky living at that three-point line right now. Boeheim. And he's got another three. Timeout for La Familia. Buddy Boeheim getting it going, and the Syracuse alums go up by 4, their biggest lead of the game.
God, do they know how to play together. They really have got a feel for each other, and their defense has certainly picked up, Bob, to help them.
All right, check out Buddy's threes.
There's that peel to that open space, and that is, they've broken them twice with that, and then just a great feel by KO to kind of pitch that back out. The one thing about Buddy, he's always running to an easy angle to find him at the three-point line, and his teammates, to their credit, find him.
Let's check in with Jen.
Bob, playing off what Coach has been saying, defense, Syracuse believes, is going to be the hallmark to winning this. The turnaround, Coach Thomas Bridges credits to switching harder, more hands, clogging the paint, living in the paint defensively to make things hard on Kentucky, despite the fact they're using their length against them. It's what he wants to see leading into this Elam ending. Takes effort, takes commitment. We'll see.
And that Elam ending, Jen and Mike, comes at the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. And the way this thing's going, you do not want to miss that.
Just the ultimate way to finish a game.
A good pressure and a foul on Tyson Walker. He was right in Archie Goodwin's shirt.
You know, he's picked up a couple fouls, but his matchup has been Archie Goodwin, and he's made him work for everything. And you might as well use your fouls. You've got 6, so pace yourself through it.
Ty Nichols didn't like that call. Waiting to get back in. 45-41. Third foul on Walker. 5-10 in the third. Lob to Goodwin. Hits the cutter, Maynard Bell, no, but a foul. And free throws coming.
I'm interested to see, you know, the whole Elam ending. Kentucky alums went to that 2-man game with Cauley Stein and Archie Goodwin on one side of the floor. They told 3 guys, get the heck out of the way and let them make plays. And they may have to go back to that now.
Khalil Whitney at the line as we take a look at the numbers here with 5:06 to go in the third. We mentioned how hot they were to begin the game. Had a 12-point lead, but that 3 ball's gone away. Whitney splits the pair, 45-42 with 5 minutes to go in the third. Walker. Crossover. Good hands. And La Familia comes up with it.
This is what Kentucky's got to do. Make turnovers into some transition stuff.
Tough take in the corner. Offensive rebound. La Familia. Goodwin up. Tip no. Out to Jimmy Boeheim. Swider. Blocking foul. Count the basket.
Great throw ahead in transition. Jimmy Boeheim with a great pass early. And that's the right call. He's still moving a little bit.
Second foul on James Maynard Bell, and Cole Swider has a three-point play opportunity. He's playing in his first TBT after 3 years at Villanova and a final season at Syracuse. Dons the Boeheim's Army jersey.
Sounds like he's heading back to France here in a couple weeks to play. And great college career, and in the midst of a great career overseas.
6-point lead for Boeheim's Army. And Whitney will shoot 2 free throws. Ty Nichols has come back in for Boeheim's Army.
Driving, offensive rebounding. I think Kentucky's got to really try and use that to their advantage now.
Little discussion with the referees at the scores table.
Syracuse is they've got a confident rhythm to the game right now. And a bunch of guys that have a feel for the game. Look how that help defense is jammed in. They're really jamming it in, not really respecting the three-point shooting of Kentucky.
They're going to switch the foul to Jimmy Boeheim. They had called it, I believe, on Buddy, but it is Jimmy, the guilty party. And
Well,
Khalil Whitney to the line.
Somebody fouled him.
Some Boeheim.
Somebody got him.
Whitney averaging just over 5 a game in TBT. Another missed free throw from La Familia. They are now 7 of 12.
We talked about this in the Louisville-Kentucky series. The missed free throws have been surprising to me from veteran guys who probably are really good free throw shooters. That's
0 for 2.
That's painful right there.
They come back to bite you, especially if you lose the game and you look back on that stat sheet at the end of the night. Nichols. Cauley Stein coming out to defend at the top. Elijah Hughes fakes. Scoop to the hoop is good. What a move by Elijah.
Oh, what a feel for the game. He gets Cauley Stein in the air. Syracuse has got them yo-yoing a little bit defensively with spreading the floor. And
Cauley Stein can't connect. Tried to reverse it home. A 14-1 run here. Nichols looks to add to it. Cannot. Loose ball. This is going to end up in the hands of Syracuse, and a foul is called. Wild action. Brings us to a timeout with 3:24 to go in the third quarter. Elijah Hughes with the fake to get Cauley Stein out of the way. Euros up and in with the right-hander. Boeheim's Army has outscored La Familia 14-3 here in the third quarter. Mike Bray, they have seized control of this game.
Total control again. The floor is open for driving areas because Kentucky's so worried about guarding these shooters. Great execution on that little slip. How about this basketball play? Gets the big guy up in the air, and they have got a rhythm and a flow. And right now, Kentucky is really searching on both ends of the floor how to get control of this game again.
Let's send it over to Jen.
Guys, it's been an ugly stretch, obviously, for Kentucky. As far as getting control of that, Coach John Hood challenged Kentucky's pride on a national television audience and in front of their home crowd. He told them, look, Syracuse is playing tougher than you, and they're outskilling you, things that should not happen. Well, let's see how Kentucky responds.
Let's see if that pride comes shining through, because if and when it does, the crowd will be back into this game. Morcell off the bounce. Gets his own miss to the corner. Three ball is good, and a big bucket from Maynard Bell.
God, they needed that, and they're going to have to make a couple because the Kentucky defense is so jammed in. Now you watch the Syracuse defense is so jammed in. The Kentucky D now, look how spread out they are. Worried about shooters, switching stuff, and it leaves a mismatch here up top.
Cauley Stein against Ty Nichols. Short clock. Hughes for three. Rebound, Cauley Stein. Block. Beautifully done by Cole Swider.
Great defensive play to rotate over and not foul right there.
Jimmy Boeheim left alone. Tracked down, blocked from behind from La Familia. Whitney with a tremendous block and a foul on Elijah Hughes.
The athletic ability and energy of Kentucky has picked up on the defensive end the last couple possessions.
Boy, check this out. The Swider block at one end, and then Jimmy Boeheim thought he had an uncontested layup. But here comes Whitney from behind.
What rotation defensively there to get a hand on that.
To the free throw line, Archie Goodwin.
I think we got to get the ball in his hands a little bit more and maybe bring the ball up and initiate like he did in game 3 against Louisville.
And he's another one, as good a shooter as he is, Mike. He has struggled mightily at the line in 2 games.
Yeah, I'll bet you he's an 80% free throw shooter throughout his professional career.
Looking for his 18th point to pull La Familia within 4. Tyson Walker over the midcourt stripe. Boeheim's Army up by 4, under 2 to go in the third. Swider. Morcell in transition. Maynard Bell's runner. Popped out. Tipno. Boy, Kentucky really getting after it. Morcell kicks it out. Goodwin, an open look. Bumped it off the rim. Cauley Stein gives him another chance. To the corner. Morcell had it deflected. Taken down by Jimmy Boeheim.
What a frenzied athletic ability.
Swider misses. Tapped out to him. Cole underneath the buddy. And he gets fouled and will head to the stripe. Well, things are amping up now.
Daryl Morcell, he may have got bumped on that drive down there, but then Syracuse comes down and is just so smart offensively, finding people, kind of making the extra pass.
Buddy Boeheim. Point number 12, and he is 3 for 5 at the line. Sean McNeil comes in. Whitney to the bench. Gets them both. 52-46.
That guy's not missing free throws.
No, sir.
All right, let's watch this Syracuse defense and how they jam it in.
The ball is indeed in the hands of Goodwin. On the line, Polly Stein.
Same play as they ran to start the half. Great execution.
Crowd getting noisy. Final minute of the third quarter. McNeil goes to get Walker. Jimmy screens. Gets the switch. Finds his brother. Morcell's pass deflected. Pulled out of the air by Walker. Shot clock is off. We come to the end of the third. That means the Elam ending is right around the corner. 52-44. Ty Nichols, after a monster first half. Can he put an exclamation point on the Boeheim's Army effort in the third quarter? Drive, shoots it short. Rebound, Polly Stein. That's the quarter.
Great defensive possession right there to end it.
We've played three. The fourth quarter and the Elam ending to decide which team moves on in TBT. 52-48, Boeheim's Army. Hey, Jen, it's Bob. I don't think she can hear me.
She's in the huddle there, huh?
Yeah.
Two different. Syracuse got it under control. Yep. No, it's no question. Yep.
Soldier boy, tell. Hey, I got this new damn, yeah, I'm calling Soldier boy. You got a point and crank back 3 times from left to right.
Well, we talked about how we love Goodwin and Cauley Stein and pick and roll stuff, and here it is. Great execution, ball screen and a roll and a great throw over the top. A little bit the same set they ran to start the half, but the Goodwin Cauley Stein two-man game, I ride the heck out of that this fourth quarter if I'm Kentucky.
Boeheim's Army won the quarter 16-9 despite shooting 29%. Why? La Familia shot 20%.
And I thought their defense was fabulous. Syracuse jamming the lane up, just letting them have three-point shots and making it tough to get to the bucket and to the offensive board.
And this game, Mike, in the fourth quarter in the Elam ending is really going to come down to which team can impose its will, because you're watching two completely different styles of play.
Two different ones, and there's that extra pass and driving the closeout. That's a big-time drive, and just great basketball. Offensive rebound, kick it, swing it to the other side, and drive it.
54-48, Boeheim's Army. We play till we get to the 4-minute mark of this period, then the Elam ending. Morcell. Rebound, Tyson Walker.
Just not been their strong suit the whole TBT, shooting the three-point shot.
Hughes missing into the lap of Maynard Bell. La Familia down 6. Goodwin trying to cut that in half.
Big time rebound by
54-48. Elijah Hughes has been Mr. Consistent for Boeheim's Army today, shooting and defending. He hits a three.
He has been fabulous, taking charges, hitting threes, key offensive rebounds. Winner, big-time winner.
Andrew Harrison has not played in the second half for La Familia, getting heat on his back. May not return. We'll keep an eye on that. McNeil. They can't buy a three right now, and we've got a jump ball.
Syracuse has done a great job keeping Kentucky off the offensive boards, too. They are really, and Kentucky needs second shots to have a chance to win this thing, because they're not going to make enough outside shots.
57-48. And you just get the sense that La Familia is in trouble in this regard. You can't get buried going into the Elam ending.
You cannot, and they're on their heels. They're having a hard time defending. And Syracuse has played so smart that their basketball IQ is really, really high, and they've imposed their will because of it. Here's that two-man game that won it for Kentucky against Louisville.
Good one. 57-50.
He's going to have to go for it. He's going to have to go for it, just like he did in the Elam ending in Game 3 against Louisville.
Ty Nichols. Air ball. Goodwin coming up. Hughes is the defender. Goodwin jump stop. 15-footer no. Cole Swider gets the pass intercepted. Lob underneath. Morcell with a jam. Kentucky cuts it to 5 and a timeout for Boeheim's Army.
How heartbreaking is that? You've got a transition situation. You throw it away and they get a 2 back there to stay alive.
Here it is right here.
Here it is. And really great defense. Swider gets caught in the air. Whitney with a heck of a play to field that, steals it, and Kentucky's still alive.
57-52 with 6:27 to go. But that's just the game clock showing right now. We shut that baby off at the 4-minute mark to kick in the Elam ending. Ty Nichols for Syracuse. Nichols had 18 in the first half. He's 0 for 2 in the second half.
Yeah, they've defended him better, and it's been by committee. You know, he kind of was the only guy scoring for a while in the first half for Syracuse. They've really moved the ball and shared it.
Double-double for Daryl Morcell. He's been great in TBT.
He's been fabulous. I mean, he's on my all-tournament team. And, you know, there's a toughness doing all the little things.
Crab cakes for everybody if he gets all-tournament.
I know a place in Baltimore, baby.
57-52, Boeheim's Army. The former Maryland Terrapin. Daryl Morcell. Here is Walker into the paint. Boeheim 10 on the shot clock. Buddy gets rid of it. La Familia picking up the D. Walker over Collie Stein's arc strips fingertips. Rebound to La Familia.
Great
Lob to
defense.
Collie. Stein in transition. Lay-in is good. And
Here
La
they come.
Familia's back.
Here they
Whitney
come.
with the lay-in.
Great
57-54.
Great defensive possession that leads to transition.
Nichols. Boy, Collie Stein's been out on that perimeter, and he fouls Nichols on the drive.
They get Collie Stein in a switch. Great defense here. And then the throw-ahead situation, the feel for the game. And how about Collie Stein feeling it right there? Started with great defense and ball pressure through the whole possession.
Nichols, boy, he was way off balance on that foul shot.
I can't believe the missed free throws. It's kept this thing interesting since we got here.
All 18 in the first half for Ty Nichols. Comes back, better form, and hits it to make it 58-54.
Two-man game. Here we go. Collie Stein and Goodwin. They love riding this. You other three guys get out of my way and let him create and make plays.
Deflected. Goodwin recovers. Plenty of clock at 15. To the corner. Goodwin. Tight ropes. And he steps out of bounds. Great pressure by Nichols.
Whitney caught it over here and probably had a three-point shot, but they haven't been confident from back there really the whole tournament. And so you take it back into traffic and you don't get a shot.
12 turnovers for La Familia. Nichols gives Jimmy Boeheim on the handoff to Buddy. 5 minutes on the game clock. A minute left before the Elam ending. Nice ball fake. And drive, and Nichols scores.
What a finish over a 7-footer.
Look, poor Collie Stein has been isolated on these guards all day.
They have picked on him all night. He's hung in there early, but they're getting to him now.
Kentucky could really use a three-pointer here. It's going to be a drive for Goodwin. He's fouled. And this is what we're talking about with Boeheim's Army's quick guards.
There's the switch, and now he's got to guard a quick guard. And overall, he's not done a bad job, but the last couple possessions, they're getting by him, and he's probably worn down a little bit. Goodwin, he's got to look to score a little bit more, coming off the pick and roll, and even get fouled. He's kicking out to guys who really don't want to shoot it, and they're driving back into traffic. He's going to have to either shoot it or get fouled and get to the rim.
Goodwin 4 for 8 at the line before that make. Well, these are crucial points for La Familia. Get it to 4 and get a stop before the Elam ending.
Yeah, this is they're in position, and again, their defense rallied them because Syracuse really had control of the game there in the third quarter.
60-56.
Ball pressure's picked up now.
Whitney on Walker. But he screens. Gets it. Runner. No good. Foul. La Familia.
But he really knows how to get people up in the air. They're so worried about that shot, and he gets a little bit of an advantage and draws it. I don't know about that one. Can you challenge?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And save that for the Elam ending. Here's the free throw by Boeheim. 61-56.
Whitney's arguing he kind of jumped into me a little bit, which he did, and he's crafty, and he's done it a lot.
But he misses the second one. But three-pointer here would be huge for La Familia. Goodwin, though, is going to drive it and score it.
He's got to score. He's got to go for it. Forget kicking it out. Get fouled or try and score right now.
3-point difference. 4-minute mark. And a foul. Oh my goodness. They call a foul on Archie Goodwin 1 second before the Elam ending. That's going to be the third team foul on La Familia. They want a timeout, yes, and wisely. Head coach Thomas Bridges got the attention of the referee. You don't need a miss and give La Familia a chance to tie the game. You stop the clock with the timeout, set the Elam ending. So we'll have that for you when we come back. 61-58, all on the line when we return.
Score is 69. The first team is 69 points wins.
We've reached the Elam ending. We've hit the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Target score established by adding 8 points to Boeheim Army's score. So the target score is established at 69. The first team to hit that mark wins the game. The shot clock continues. Team fouls continue. You get 6 in TBT, but Boeheim's Army, taking that timeout to set the target score, burned its final timeout.
Well, they got their guys organized, and they're in position to win it. So I can see using that final timeout to just get everybody organized.
Jimmy. And as we get to the Elam ending, just one free throw here for Jimmy Boeheim.
Pretty good movement again, and again the floor is spread, and they drive it. Just a well-timed drive. You know, Jimmy's just so good. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink. He's easy to play with. He doesn't need shots. He defends. He moves the ball. Does all the little things, and really made a good decision there on the drive.
Beg your pardon. 2 free throws for Jimmy. That was judged a shooting foul. So 2 free throws for Jimmy. His first point. And that's 2 precious points for the Syracuse alumni.
And we talked about, and the coaches have talked about how big free throws are in the Elam. Anything you can get.
Pressure on the Kentucky offense right now. Good one jammed up. Screen and roll for Cauley Stein. And a foul. on Cole Swider.
Well, that's a good call. Swider got underneath Cauley Stein. Two-man game and a big-time roll by Cauley Stein down the middle of the lane.
Amazing how it's dropped off. Kentucky, if you were with us at the start, rolling. They were up by 12. And then the three-point shot went away. Boeheim's Army really flipped the momentum in their favor. And they're in control now in the Elam ending.
You know, I'm a firm believer in the law of averages. And basically, Kentucky really hasn't been a three-point shooting team in this tournament to date. They've had their streakiness like they did at the beginning of the game. Of course, McNeil hasn't been able to get any looks, and that's really not been their strength.
In the TBT, a non-shooting foul. So Kentucky plays it in. 32% for La Familia from three in the tournament. But they get a big three right there. Holy cow, Maynard Bell.
This is, he's thinking old Big East, man. The old Big East. That's a big, big bucket. Great pass, kick out.
The crowd comes alive. Boeheim's Army, 6 away. Nichols getting all kinds of heat from Morcell. Nichols flips it back. Buddy Boeheim. Shot clock at 13. Tyson Walker gets the screen. Moves in on Cauley Stein. Missed it. Morcell across. A drive. Inside Cauley Stein and a foul. That will put him on the line.
Wow, their ball pressure and their defense really turned it. Great pass by Morcell. Again, they're jammed in. They haven't respected the three-point shot. Going to make them earn it from out there, and Maynard Bell strokes it. And, man, was that needed. Big free throws. Big free throws here by Willie.
First one off the mark. Cauley Stein, 1 of 3 at the foul line in TBT. KO back for Cole Swider. Second shot for Cauley Stein. .62, Kentucky 7 points away.
All right, big-time defensive possession coming up here again.
Boeheim's Army 6 away. Ty Nichols working that screen. Morcell digs down. Offensive foul. Nichols. After Morcell knocked the ball away, Nichols gave him a shove.
How about Daryl Morcell's ball pressure and being active? Great call, the right call. We've talked about Morcell the whole TBT tournament. He's been so involved in end-of-game plays.
Boy, these two guards have had big moments in TBT. Morcell and Goodwin.
Heck of a backcourt together and a great defensive backcourt.
Archie Goodwin. Fires. Connects.
He's feeling it. Here we go. He's feeling it.
Kentucky 5 points away. Syracuse 6 away. Elam ending in Lexington. Walker cut off. Buddy Boeheim off the mark. Rebound to the wing, and Walker back to the corner. Hughes, he's been great all day, but misses this one. Gets his own miss. Kicks it back. Nichols for three. That's no good. Rebound, Cauley Stein.
Ball pressure, defense, active, moving their feet. Here we go. Two-man game on one side of the floor.
Goodwin. Yes!
Yeah, go ahead. He senses it, and man, is he delivering.
La Familia can win it next time down the floor. Nichols banks in a three. Boeheim's Army is 3 points away. Don't fall in love with the three.
Yeah, we are in a great one. Okay.
2 points away. A 2 or a 3 will do it. Morcell to win it. Broke it up. Cauley Stein now into the hands of Whitney. They work it back to Goodwin. He's going to drive it. And he is committing an offensive foul.
Got a little excited. I think that's the right call.
Kentucky's going to challenge.
They're going to challenge. Okay, let's look at this. Let's take a look at this, Bob. It's a charge. Yeah, it's a charge. It's a charge. He was waiting on him.
So a Kentucky challenge of the foul call here. The next bucket, folks. If it's a 3, Boeheim's Army wins. If La Familia gets a 2 or a 3, they will win and move on to the Alumni Championship.
Goodwin had them beat. He's got his head and shoulders by. Well, what rotation by Tyson Walker to step in and take that charge. And he paid for it. That's the third charge Syracuse has taken tonight.
But another injury from Boeheim's Army. Tyson Walker being helped to the bench. Well, he took the punishment, and he is hurting. Bent over on the bench for Boeheim's Army, Tyson Walker. And, man, he is just writhing in pain, Mike.
No, he took it at a big time. And it was, you know, it's game situations. It's down, and he lined him up. Goodwin's going for it, which I get. He got in there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at.
Okay, checking the entire play.
So the proximate foul, which is the NBA rule, there was a left hand in his back before he charged, and that could overrule the charge. Watch here.
Watch Nichols with the push with the left hand into the back. And if that happened before the contact, that's going to be a foul on Ty Nichols.
That's going to be a foul on him, and I think they're going to make that call because he did have his hand in his back.
And that will be crucial.
Yeah, that comes at a key time.
At least Nichols is back in a sitting position on the bench. Eric Devendorf with him with that knee.
After review, the play has been overturned. There's a common foul against number 0 red. It's going to be one shot for Kentucky and the ball out.
Ty Nichols and side out of bounds here. The team foul situation. 4 for La Familia, and now 5 team fouls on Boeheim's Army.
Kentucky keeps their challenge.
And Goodwin's going to get 1 free throw to pull Kentucky within 1.
That is such an interesting rule that I've learned to experience in the NBA, where your challenge guy goes, no, don't challenge it because they're going to get a foul on our guy before. And it's a real strategy in how to use your challenges.
Keep in mind, 1 free throw here for Archie Goodwin, and Kentucky will maintain possession. So they will have a shot to win it, and Syracuse has got to play the best defense of its life without fouling. 1 free throw for Archie Goodwin. He hit the Elam ender to knock out the Bill in game 3. Will he have another one here today? What a finish. It looked like Kentucky was dead in the water.
They were dead in the third quarter. Syracuse was putting on a little bit of a clinic offensively. Had them running all over the place, but their defensive pressure picked up, and it was Archie Goodwin time down the stretch.
The great Rob Kennedy restoring law and order. One shot for Goodwin. Archie lines it up to pull the Kentucky Alums within one. He's got it. 68. And now the Cats can win it with a bucket here.
So the 2 games he's been part of, he's made every big shot. Free throw or jump shot.
Here's Goodwin.
Fabulous size over the top, as we talked about, and he's sensing the moment like he did the other night against Louisville. He knows the only way we're going to get out of here is if I score.
Yes.
I got to get us there. And he's making plays, and even the drive forced. And how about this one? Oh, he banks it. It's only
Nichols.
fitting.
It's Elam ending.
The stuff that happens, that happens in the Elam ending is blowing my mind.
Boys, Boeheim's Army now, they are really in a tough spot. Yes. Can you force a turnover? Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. You foul, they're shooting to end the game. One shot will do it. A tip in, you lose. I mean, somehow Boeheim's Army's got to get the ball back.
And if you do get it back, you're on the road. The momentum is swung again. You may want to bank a 3 to escape.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if you can defend 2 possessions to get out of here. You know, the way Kentucky is getting to the basket.
Kentucky had an out-of-bounds play in game 1 against Louisville last weekend. They slipped it. Morcell got a dunk to end the game. Let's see what they've got here. Goodwin. A bucket of any kind will do it. Maynard Bell to the corner. On the top of the board and in play to Ty Nichols.
They doubled Goodwin to get it out of his hands, and that different guy shot it.
Look out, a turnover. A bad pass by Nichols. Here comes Goodwin to win it. Good follow, and it's over. Khalil Whitney. Kentucky moves on.
All right. What a way to end it. Great defense by Willie Cauley-Stein to come up with that. Goodwin in transition and Whitney crashing.
It's a miracle at Memorial.
And baby, we're going to be back here Wednesday night.
How did they do it?
Yeah, and I really feel for Syracuse because they played well enough to win the thing. But Kentucky's defense and athletic ability and activity and the good win factor in Elam time has been a difference maker 2 games in a row now.
Khalil Whitney wins it and is chosen to advance La Familia on the big board. They're on to the Alumni Championship game. Egging on the fans. And they move on to Wednesday's Alumni Championship. Willie Cauley-Stein puts retirement.
Congrats.
He puts that in the rearview mirror. I'm back Wednesday night.
Back on Wednesday.
Recording it for posterity.
What an atmosphere.
What a finish. Woo. They force a turnover to get the final possession. And here it is. And this is the defense you're talking about, Mike, with Willie Cauley-Stein.
Just great ball pressure.
Morcell.
Morcell gets his hand in there. Again, he's on that Goodwin, and what a great follow to finish it. Well, watch Daryl Morcell right here. Watch him poke it. He gets the poke, and he's been just in every winning play. You let this guy get a head of steam, and how about that follow? Over the top of a 6'9" guy. Woo!
What a finish. Jen Hale.
Guys, here with Archie Goodwin. Archie, walk me through that sequence. That was incredible.
Which part? Are you talking about the last play?
The last play, the steal, the recovery.
So my whole thought process, because last year we was in that same situation. We got a turnover, and I had a chance to end the game, and I didn't. So I just wanted to go up and get it off the rim. Khalil made an amazing play and ended the game for us. He struggled a little bit today, but his defensive effort was amazing. And that right there is what all that matters. We won the game off his amazing play at the end.
It looked bleak at certain points in this matchup. How did you flip the switch, get back in this one, and regain control?
It's all about staying composed. I think a lot of us have been in these situations before, especially myself, where you might go up, you might go down. That's just a game of basketball. It's a lot of runs. So just being prepared for the moment, just staying true to what I do, sticking to the work that I work on, and letting it carry us to the win.
Is it fun to be back with your guys? You and Willie played together during your basically 9 months here. John Hood was on that team as well.
It's always fun being back here in Kentucky, especially with a guy who's as pure as Willie. Willie's a pure soul. I think that's why so many people love him. And I'm just grateful to be around him. John Hood is another great guy, a great teammate of mine, and he's doing a great job of coaching us and leading us. He keeps us composed, so I'm always grateful and blessed to be back in Kentucky.
Thanks, Archie. We're excited to watch Wednesday. Get some rest.
Thank you. Shout out to my son, Arson, at A4. I love y'all.
Guys.
Okay, thank you, Jen. La Familia moves on. They will host the Alumni Championship game against tomorrow night's winner between the Kansas Alums and the Aftershocks of Wichita State. That's at 9 Eastern tomorrow on FS1. For Jen Hale, Mike Bray, and our entire crew, this is Bob Rathman thanking you for joining us. We will see you Wednesday on FS1. Kentucky rallies in the Elam ending big time. Survive and advance in TBT.